how I became a virtual assistant. Like the processes, the timeline, the things I prepared before I applied as a virtual assistant. Hey guys, it's your VA girl and Budolera Leng, and we are back with another video. So for today, we will be talking about how I became a virtual assistant. So if you are interested and if you want to know how I became a virtual assistant, like the processes, the timeline, the things I prepared before I applied as a virtual assistant, please keep on watching. So just to give you guys a background, I was a call center agent before I applied as a VA. So I was a call center agent for 5 years in the call center industry. And the reason why I decided to become a VA, kahit na medyo similar lang naman yung ginagawa kasi I'm working in front of my computer, corporate setting, ang pinagkaiba lang talaga nila is I am a work from home. Okay, I am working from home permanently. So, if you guys remember, di ba nung nag-pandemic, lahat ng call center agent is work from home. And when our office announced that we will be reporting back on site, parang pumasok ako for 2 weeks yata yon before I submit my resignation, and hindi ko talaga kinaya. Kasi I am located here in Las Piñas and my office is in BGC. So, nung time na yon hindi pa ganun ka-established ulit yung parang process or yung proseso ng ating mga public transpo, and super hassle talaga for me. Like, I am allotting 3 to 4 hours of my time para maka-travel from Las Piñas to BGC, and I said na parang half of my day nasa labas ako, and I don't see that productive. Nade-drain ako, dun ako nagsa-start na ma-drain. Kesa nung nag-work from home, no. I am very productive. So, dun ko na feel na work from home setup is really for me. And work from home setup is not everyone's cup of tea. And I think we will be talking about that on a different video. But for now, I would like to share yung mga experiences ko on how I became a virtual assistant, ano yung mga pinrepare ko, and ano yung mga ginawa ko prior. And by the way guys, disclaimer lang po, these tips that I will be sharing you personally worked for me. That's why gusto ko siyang i-share. So sana po wala pong mag-comment na hindi nag-work sa akin to. Okay? So let's keep this community positive. So let's jump to the first one. The very first step I did when I decided na I want to become a VA is minatch ko kung yung skill set ko ba na ito saang niche siya pasok. So the first thing you need to do is to know your niche. So when we talk about niche, ito yung pwede kang maging customer service representative, pwede kang maging bookkeeper, pwede kang mapunta sa copywriting, social media management, graphic designing, real estate, salesperson, etc. Madami pang iba. So, try to align your skill set doon sa niche na gusto mong applyan. So, in my case, ang experience ko is I have a strong experience in customer service, corporate setting, email management. So, nung nag-apply ako, alam ko na pasok ako, it's either sa customer service representative kind of niche or bookkeeping, data entry, executive assistant, and administrative tasks. So, yun yung mga niche na pwede kong applyan. Kasi when you decide to become a VA, hindi ka pwedeng basta-basta mag-submit. That's not how it works. Kasi for example, nabanggit ko kanina, my experience is I was a customer service representative for 5 years. Technically, hindi ako pwedeng mag-apply as a real estate agent, right? Kasi wala akong experience doon. And not all clients are willing to train someone else, okay? Though, there are virtual assistant agencies that offers training for those people who doesn't have experience in a certain field. I do have experience makipag-work sa isang agency na nag-train ng mga VAs na maging real estate agent. Meron din naman sa social media management. And marami pang iba. Kasi I really don't have much experience working with virtual assistant agencies. So, hindi ko alam kung alin yung mga VA agencies na nagpo-provide ng certain training sa mga certain niche. But I know what I am sure is madaming VA agencies that offers free training. So, I really suggest that you guys search, alam mo yun, do your diligence na mag-search ng mga VA agencies that provides free training because that's a very, very good opportunity for you guys. Now, if you already know what niche suits your skill set, the next thing that you need to do is to prepare these documents. So it will be your resume, your portfolio, your cover letter, and your introduction video. So, sa mga magtatanong, bakit ito ang second step? Kasi the moment you apply, either direct client or sa mga virtual assistant agencies, those are the 4 documents na unang-una nilang kukunin sa'yo. In my experience, yung 4 na yon ang main documents na lagi nilang hinahanap. So, it's better na prepared na yung 4 na yon prior na mag-submit ka ng application. So, once na nag-submit ka ng proposal that you want to apply and then they replied back to you and they need these documents, maisasubmit mo agad para mabilis yung application process. Kasi imagine niyo, if you are applying sa isang client or sa isang agency and they ask these documents and dun nyo palang gagawin, trust me, these 4 documents, hindi nyo to kayang gawin in less than an hour. It will take you whole day because hindi ka naman pwedeng mag-submit ng mga resume, cover letter, portfolio, introduction video na hindi mo pinag-isipan, na hindi mo pinag-effortan because parang ayun yung representation mo sa papel. 'Di ba? Doon nila titignan kung sino ka. So you need to put your best shot on those 4 documents. Kaya gusto ko before you guys start to apply to send proposals sa mga clients and virtual assistant agencies, those 4 documents are already prepared para hindi kayo gahol, hindi kayo nagka-cram, hindi yung kailangan ko nang gawin to, yada yada. 'Di ba? Mas magandang prepared na tayo bago tayo mag-submit ng application. Now, the next thing you need to do is to create your profile in LinkedIn, onlinejobs.ph, Fiverr, and Upwork. But what personally worked for me is si LinkedIn and si onlinejobs.ph. Lahat ng clients na nakatrabaho ko for the past 2 years came from those 2 websites. But I heard a lot of good feedback from Upwork and Fiverr. But on my personal note, okay, this is just a personal opinion of mine, Fiverr and Upwork would work for those VAs that have experience already. Hindi ka makakakita doon ng mga clients na willing mag-train. Lahat karamihan ng hinahanap nila doon is my experience na. Because I tried browsing Upwork before kasi kapag nagsisimula kayong maging VA, yung mga tutorials na makikita nyo is puro Upwork. 'Di ba? Karamihan talaga Upwork and onlinejobs.ph. Pero sa Upwork, sa tagal-tagal kong nag-browse doon, talagang ang hinahanap ng mga clients is my experience. So I landed my first 2 clients as a VA from onlinejobs.ph and LinkedIn. So creating your profile in LinkedIn, I think I will be talking about that on a separate video because LinkedIn is a very, very powerful platform that I think karamihan is naiisang tabi si LinkedIn. So I will be talking about that on a different video. Now, once you completed all the steps I mentioned earlier, you can now start applying. So this is the perfect time na you send your applications, your proposals sa mga virtual assistant agencies and sa mga direct clients na makikita nyo sa job listing na nagtatanggap ng VAs without experience. So, that's why I mentioned it's very important for you to create your profile first para makita nyo lahat ng mga job listings na pwede nyong applyan. So, once you start applying, hindi doon nagtatapos yung dapat nyong gawin during the application. So, this is the last step and I feel like this is very important na hindi nyo to ma-miss. And mind you guys, even though we are down to the last step, this is such a very, very important step for you not to miss. So, if you sent your application and your proposal, you can just sit down, sit pretty, while waiting for an interview invite. No, it doesn't end there. What I want you guys to do while waiting for the invitation is to use your time efficiently. Do some research about the basics of your niche. So when I did my research, what I did is I watched YouTube videos. And to my fellow Filipinos who has the budget, may extra naman, nakakaluwag-luwag sa life ng very life. Kalma tayo sa pag-check out, sa pag-online shopping, sa pagbili-bili ng mga kung aning-aning. Spend your money sa mga online courses because trust me, that will really, really help you sa application process. Because if you have the basic knowledge, you have an idea sa niche na a-applyan mo, that chance of getting hired is really, really high. Kasi imagine, even though you don't have experience, may alam ka sa ina-applyan mo, right? So in my case, when I applied as a VA, di ba nga ang experience ko is customer service representative, so more on phone calls. But ang ina-applyan ko is bookkeeping, admin assistant, executive assistant. Though I will be handling phone calls, but yung task ko, yung job ko, does not revolve answering phone calls. So what I did, nanood ako ng mga vlogs ng mga VAs na parang same sa ina-applyan ko. Nanood ako ng mga tutorials sa mga tools na alam kong gagamitin ko doon sa niche na in-applyan ko. So during my research, nakita ko na kung ano yung mga tools na gagamitin ko. For example, sa bookkeeping, sabi doon gagamit daw ako ng QuickBooks, gagamit daw ako ng AMS, gagamit daw ako ng Stripe, gagamit daw ako ng Sage. Like what? Like what? I don't have an idea. Like, I even don't know those tools. So, ang ginawa ko, I watch the tutorials. There are lots of tutorials on YouTube kung paano yung mga basics, kung ano yung purpose ng tools, kung paano sila gamitin. And meron pa akong nakita na I will be using some project management tools, which is yung Trello, Notion. Like, that was the first time I heard those tools. So sabi ko, it will be hard for me to apply on a certain job na yung mga basics wala akong alam. So what I did habang nag-aantay ako ng interview invite, I used that time to do some research doon sa mga tools na yon, yung mga job description. Ayan, importante din na alam nyo kung ano yung day-to-day task or workflow na gagawin nyo prior to applying. Para pag nag-apply kayo, 'di ba? You can mention na may alam ako, 'di ba? The interviewer or the client will know na she doesn't have an experience but I think she did some research on what she will be doing in the future. And that's a very good kasi as a VA, one of the skills that your interviewer will be looking sa'yo is your initiative. Kapag may initiative ka sa task na ibibigay sa'yo. And I suggest as well for you to do some mock interview. So if I do have viewers here na talagang wala pang experience or work experience, do some mock interview with your friend, with your partner, with your mother, with your sister, so that you can practice to be fluent and confident in answering questions. So in my case, medyo hindi ako ganun nahirapan in terms of the interview because I do have past experience, but I will be talking about the normal or frequently asked questions sa interview on a separate video kasi masyado ng lengthy tong video natin na to. So ayun, and please comment down below if you have any questions na gusto nyong gawan ko ng separate video so we can talk about that ng mas detalyado. Okay, so those are the tips that I can share, okay, on how I became a virtual assistant, and I think na magiging beneficial din sa aking mga viewers. So ayun lang, I hope this will be very informative and helpful sa lahat ng makakapanood. Bye! See you on my next video.